other news, the leader of the Church of England and ceremonial head of the worldwide Anglican Communion has resigned over a sex abuse scandal. Archbishop Justin Welby made the decision after a probe found that he failed to inform police after he discovered repeated physical and sexual abuse at Christian summer camps. Some church leaders said that Welby lost the confidence of his clergy. In a statement, the Archbishop of Canterbury says that stepping down is, quote, in the best interests of the Church of England, which I dearly love. And for analysis, we turn now to Father Dwight Longenecker, pastor of Our Lady of the Rosary Church in Greenville, South Carolina, and a former Anglican priest. He is also an author. Father Dwight, great to have you with us today. First, what was your reaction when you learned that Archbishop Welby was stepping down?
Well, the Church of England at the moment is historically, it is in decline, and Welby's leadership has been vacillating and weak for the nearly decade that over a decade that he's been in office. And it seems to me, knowing a little bit about the politics of the Church of England, that perhaps he was pressured out by discontented forces within the church.
For those that maybe haven't been following this, don't know much about it, tell us a bit more about what happened and some of these sexual abuse claims.
Yeah, the abuse is primarily, the abuser was a layman, actually. It was not a clergyman. John Smythe was a lawyer in England, and he was running some boys' camps in England in the 70s and 80s. And he developed a ministry as a kind of spiritual mentor to these boys, and he would subject them to physical punishment. I'm not sure of all the details, but I suspect it was probably over their personal sexual sins. He would gain their confidence. He would and then he would take them out to his garden shed, where he would beat them mercilessly. And that sort of sadistic punishment that he was inflicting on them is the heart of the scandal that's going on right now.
Yeah, Father Dwight, give us a little bit of perspective here about the prominence of the role of the Archbishop of Canterbury and him stepping down. Tell us a little bit more about that.
You have to repeat your question, please.
Sure, no problem. Can you kind of give us a perspective here about how prominent the role is of the Archbishop of Canterbury and also the significance of his stepping down?
Yeah, he should not be thought of as an Anglican pope. He is essentially the Archbishop of the Diocese of Canterbury, and he also has a leadership role in the Church of England and a kind of historical leadership role in the Anglican Communion worldwide. But he has authority the way the Pope does for Catholics. And the Church of England is governed instead by the General Synod, which is a kind of parliament made up of three houses: the laity, the clergy, and the bishops. And the Archbishop of Canterbury, therefore, is a little bit like the king in England, in as much as he's a historic figurehead for the church, but he doesn't really have that much authority. He's respected and has status, but he doesn't have a sort of theological or legal authority in the same way that, say, the Pope would.
Yeah, almost out of time here, but what will the selection process be like for the next Archbishop of Canterbury?
The Archbishop will be selected by the Crown Nominations Committee. Remember, the Church of England is the established church in England, so therefore, technically, the King Charles III will appoint the new Archbishop of Canterbury. However, the names will be put forward and selected by the Crown Nominations Committee, which is made up of 17 members who are drawn from the Anglican Communion and drawn from the Diocese of Canterbury and also drawn from the General Synod. And they will meet together under the chairmanship of someone appointed by the Prime Minister, and they will put 2 or 3 names forward. The Prime Minister's office will then select the one that they want to recommend to the King, and the King will then formally appoint the new Archbishop.
And we'll see what happens from there. Thank you so much, Father Dwight, for your insights. We appreciate it. God bless.
Thank you.